You're addicted to your thoughts because they make you feel safe, as if constant thinking will somehow protect you from pain, failure, or uncertainty. But have you ever noticed that you're rarely actually here? That even when you're sitting in silence, your mind is still running, replaying conversations, predicting outcomes, or inventing disasters that don't exist yet. You're breathing, but not really present. You're resting, but not really resting. It's like your mind doesn't know how to stop thinking, even when you want it to. You chase the illusion of control, believing that one more thought will finally give you peace. But instead, it only pulls you deeper into the storm. So here's the strange question. If your thoughts are supposed to serve you, then why do they so often control you? Why does your brain keep looping stories that hurt you, even when you know they're not real? That's what we're going to explore. Why your brain is addicted to thinking, and how you can finally break the cycle. You wake up, and before your eyes even open, it begins. The mental noise. What if I messed up that conversation? What if I never figure things out? What if something's wrong with me? You scroll through your phone, compare your life, plan, replay, imagine, regret. You tell yourself it's normal. Everyone overthinks, right? But deep down, you feel trapped inside your own head, like you're drowning in thoughts that never let you breathe. And the harder you try to stop thinking, the louder your brain becomes, like trying not to think of a pink elephant, and suddenly that's all you can see. Here's the truth. You're not broken. You're wired this way. Your brain isn't trying to hurt you. It's trying to protect you. But it's using ancient survival mechanisms in a modern world that doesn't match them anymore. And this is where it gets interesting. 1. The brain's survival loop. Your brain evolved to predict danger, not to make you happy. It's always scanning for threats even when there are none. Back in prehistoric times, overthinking meant survival. If you replayed how you almost got caught by a predator, you learned to stay alive. But today, your predators are deadlines, rejection, shame, uncertainty. They don't exist physically, but your brain treats them like life or death threats. So when you start overthinking, your brain releases stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, preparing you to fight, flee, or freeze. It feels urgent. You feel like you must keep thinking because if you stop, something terrible might happen. But here's the paradox. The more you think, the less control you actually have. Your thoughts start thinking you. You become addicted to the illusion of control, believing that if you just think a little more, you'll finally find peace. But that peace never comes. 2. The addiction mechanism. Overthinking isn't just a bad habit, it's an addiction, because it triggers the same neural reward systems as drugs or social media. Every time you solve a problem in your head, even a small one, your brain releases dopamine, a tiny hit of relief, and your mind starts chasing that hit again and again. You start to believe that thinking more will eventually make you feel better. But dopamine is tricky. It rewards seeking, not finding. So you end up thinking more but never finding peace. That's why it feels impossible to stop. Your brain has mistaken mental noise for safety. 3. The mirror of anxiety. Psychologists talk about the default mode network, the part of your brain that activates when you're not focused on the outside world. That's when your mind wanders. Daydreams, regrets, what-ifs. Studies show that when the default mode network is overactive, anxiety and depression rise. You begin to live more inside your head than in your life. And this is where the addiction deepens, because overthinking gives you a false sense of productivity. It feels like you're doing something. You're figuring things out, but really, you're just spinning the wheel. You think to escape pain, but end up reinforcing it. 4. The emotional roots. And here's what's fascinating. Behind most overthinking lies fear. Fear of failure. Fear of rejection. Fear of being seen as not enough. This is where attachment theory comes in. If early in life you felt unsafe or unseen, your brain learned to fix the world by predicting it. You started scanning for danger in every silence, every tone, every facial expression. Your mind became your armor. Thinking was how you stayed safe. So now, as an adult, silence feels threatening, because silence means your brain isn't doing its job. But silence isn't emptiness. It's control. And that's the paradox you've been living with. You overthink because you're afraid, and you're afraid because you overthink. 5. The body-mind disconnect. You can't think your way out of overthinking, because overthinking doesn't live in your mind. It lives in your body. When you're anxious, your body holds that tension, shallow breathing, tight chest, racing heart. Your mind then interprets those signals as something's wrong, and starts thinking even more. It becomes a feedback loop. Mind fuels body, body fuels mind. That's why telling yourself to just relax doesn't work, because your body doesn't feel safe yet. Real healing begins not with a new thought, but with a new sensation. So how do you finally shut it down? How do you stop being addicted to your own mind? Here's the truth. You can't force silence. You train it. 1. The pause practice. Start small. When you catch yourself lost in a loop, don't fight it. Notice it. Say softly in your mind, thinking. This is called meta-awareness, awareness of awareness. It's like stepping out of the movie and watching it from the audience. When you do this, something magical happens. You realize you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. That single moment of noticing breaks the addiction spell. 2. Reconnect with the body. Then, return to your body. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the rise and fall of your breath, because your body lives now, and the present moment is the one place your thoughts can't survive. Even 10 seconds of deep breathing tells your nervous system we're safe, and your brain slowly learns it doesn't need to stay on high alert anymore. 3. Replace rumination with ritual. Create small rituals that ground you in reality. A morning stretch, a short walk without your phone, writing one honest sentence in a notebook. Not to empty your mind, but to anchor it. Because what your brain truly craves isn't more control, it's safety. And safety doesn't come from thinking, it comes from being. 4. Reframe the role of thought. Thought isn't the enemy. It's just a tool, one you've been using non-stop. But tools are meant to be picked up and put down. You don't carry the hammer everywhere you go. Start seeing thoughts as visitors, not truths. They come, they go. You remain. And maybe that's the real freedom, not to stop thinking altogether, but to stop believing everything your thoughts say. 5. The return to stillness. Stillness isn't something you achieve. It's what's left when you stop trying so hard. You've spent years believing your mind was the enemy, when in truth, it's just tired. It's been protecting you for too long. So instead of fighting it, thank it. Tell your mind, you've done enough, and let silence take over, not as emptiness, but as peace. You begin this video trapped inside your thoughts, believing you had to escape them, but maybe the way out was never out. Maybe it was in. Because when you stop trying to control every thought, every outcome, every emotion, you discover something far deeper than silence. You discover presence, and presence doesn't need to think. It simply is. So next time your mind starts spinning its stories, remember this. You're not addicted to thinking, you're addicted to safety. And the moment you learn you're already safe, your mind can finally rest. Silence isn't emptiness. It's control. It's freedom. It's you. The Dark Blueprint. Explore the psychology of the mind.